Hello, Frugal Force. This is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and today I'm going to talk about a subject, a game that I know absolutely nothing about, but it's not really as much about the game as it is about Sony's practices. If you noticed, recently I did a video about Sony's selective censorship, and upon doing a video like that, of course, I usually get hit up by mean tweets. It happens to be one focused on the selective censorship, saying, hey, how come they're censoring certain games, but The Last of Us 2 can have a full-blown out sexual encounter scene, and it was perfectly fine, but yet they censor other things that are subjectively much less questionable. Well, I question, is there some kind of agenda here that's going on? And I think this next article really helps prove my point. But upon, as I said, that last one, I got lots of people, not lots, I got several that just instantly get blocked because if they put the word homophobe, usually it's blocked out or whatever, and I got called all kinds of names from people that didn't even watch the video. They just assumed that I'm a homophobe or whatever, which is not the case, but it is what it is. Well, anyway, this article can be found that I want to look at that brings a lot of light to the subject from Bounding into Comics here by Spencer McCauley. It says, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this game title right, so once again, please don't shoot the messenger here. Aokana 4 Rhythms Across the Blue to be censored on PlayStation 4 due to Sony policies. Physical PS4 release potentially canceled. I got a pretty sure idea it is. If we do see that the PlayStation 4 release, it'll probably be something like on a limited run games or something like that. Otherwise, if you want a PlayStation platform, probably gonna have to get it digitally. But let's talk about this. There's one really interesting piece here that I want to make sure you stay for, so don't leave there. I'm going to have a really surprise thing with Nintendo here that I think just says, wow, what the heck is going on? That helps prove my point. P-Cube Games has announced that the upcoming Western release for the Aokana 4 Rhythms Across the Blue visual novel will be censored on the PlayStation 4 at the request of Sony. Once again, at the request of Sony. It has nothing to do with Naughty Dog. Okay, at the request of Sony, keeping in line with the company's questionable content policies. On June 18th, P-Cube Games issued a statement via their official Twitter account announcing that the PlayStation 4 release of the visual novel will contain amendments to a selection of images and text found in the game, including 4 scenes which have been modified and 3 scenes which have been removed completely. So notice that 4 scenes modified, 3 scenes completely removed because of Sony. Their full statement reads, "We have recently received many requests for clarification around the potential scene modification on our upcoming visual novel release, Aokana, The Rhythm Across the Blue. These changes apply to the PlayStation 4 version only." Once again, PlayStation 4 version only, and contains amendments to a selection of images and text found in the game. They add, this includes 4 scenes which have been modified and 3 scenes which have been removed completely. Many thanks to our fans and community for their continued support of our release. Now, some people are going, well, why aren't they telling more about this? Why aren't they spilling the beans? Well, remember, they still want a good relationship with Sony. If they create a bad relationship with Sony, they're not going to have any attachment to the platform. A company like this is going to need as many platforms to release their games on usually as possible to make as much money. I mean, that's a good business. To sit there and go, well, Sony did this and put them on blast, Sony's just not going to work with them anymore. Plain and simple. They don't need P-Cube Games to survive. Okay, sad to say, but P-Cube Games, it would help them in their survival to have Sony. So it really is a one-sided, problem there. Now, let's continue. First released in Japan in 2017, Aokana depicts a world in which anti-gravity grav shoes are commonplace, allowing the wearers to traverse the skies at will. Using the technology as a basis for its mechanics, a new sport called Flying Circus is invented, an aerial combination of space race and tag. Okay. Sure, fine enough. The player controls this person here. I'm going to butcher that name if I say it. Masaya. I don't know. You guys know I butcher names. A retired flying circus prodigy who becomes the coach of a newly formed team at his school as he trains the girls on his team and even enters into a romantic relationship with a team member on a given route. So as you see here, yes, there is going to be some sexual depictions here. I mean, the ladies, let's be honest, they're quite shapely and pretty looking. So there's no doubt on that. Fair enough. We could watch the trailer and everything, but you can go to the website and click there, okay, if you want to see this trailer. When asked if they could reveal some of those scenes, they were asked this a lot on Twitter. They said, we are not able to disclose the exact scenes, and they kept getting pushed more, and they said we're not at liberty to comment any further. And once again, I already disclosed why. There's just no way they can and stay in good graces with Sony. It's not going to happen. All right, now here's the thing. I really hope you stayed for this. However, despite the game's censorship on the PlayStation 4, P-Cube Games has confirmed that the Nintendo Switch release of the Aokana will be completely unaltered. Now, if you don't know the history of Nintendo and censorship, you should really look into it. Nintendo has been greatly known to do a lot of censorship of their games. So it is really mind-boggling and head-scratching that PlayStation 4 will censor this, or PlayStation through Sony on the PlayStation 4 will censor this, but Nintendo for the Switch won't. What on earth? How does that make any sense? But yet, Sony let go of what they did with sexual depictions on The Last of Us 2. Now ask yourselves this: how can that be? How can they not show something animated? And they could show what they did, still animated, but much more realistically animated for The Last of Us 2. How can they do one and not the other? Can you give me any explanation as of the reason why? The only thing I can, and this is completely speculative, the only thing I can speculate is that that Sony has an agenda. What else reasoning can there be than Sony has some kind of agenda that they're trying to push? Or are they trying to use a particular sexual act, a particular group of people there, to use for shock value to promote a product, to get more attention, which is probably it right there. It's probably them doing it for marketing purposes. Because if they allow heterosexuality, no. But homosexuality, okay. Once again, I'm not trying to judge either or. I'm clearly looking into why is Sony allowing one and not the other. Please notice that. I'm sure I will still hit the hornet's nest here and get called a bigot 1,000 times when that's not my game plan here, just for the record. Okay, so once again, after that, P-Cube Games also announced that they will not release a physical version for PS4 as they expected significantly less interest from players once it became clear that the content is altered. And can you blame them? They even went as far as doing a questionnaire on that on Twitter. It says, please share this so we can get the best answer possible. If you knew a game had altered content on one platform, would you buy it physically anyway, buy it digitally, buy from another platform, or not buy it at all? And Nintendo should be jumping up and down for this. It's buy it from the other platform, because once again, Nintendo out of all of them is not altering the content, but Sony is. Once again, having a lot of people and that like this particular genre and type of games with these anime characters, they're really scratching their head over this. It's like, do you have something against anime? Are they anime phobes? I don't know. As of this writing, PQ Games has not reversed their cancellation of the physical PS4 release, and I can't blame them. Why would you? When you know you aren't going to probably make the money that way. Let's be honest, it probably is going to reduce their sales so significantly it's not worth it. But this announcement comes the same day that The Last of Us Part 2, which fully through questionably depicts intercourse between two characters, released for the PlayStation 4, leading to further questioning Sony's strict adult content policy for the release on their platform. So my question is to you, if you were to buy this game, which platform would you get it on? Sony's which has been censored content, or would you get it with the full content of Nintendo Switch? Do you plan on getting this at all? And if you want to school me on it, go ahead in the comments and let me know more about this product. What is it exactly? Is it like a Telltale kind of thing with a storyline? You pick choices and play. What is it? And if you've even seen this from 2017, is the content really that bad? Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree here, but I tend to think personally there was Sony marketing or as in addition to an agenda on this game. But that's not my thoughts. I mean, that is my thoughts. That's my thoughts, not yours. Let me know what you think in the comments. I greatly look forward to it. Thank you for your time, and until next time, keep it frugal. Hello, Frugal Force. Thanks for watching this video, but before we get into it, I want to let you know this video is sponsored by My Wallet. Yes, My Wallet, letting you know that you don't have to worry about my videos being sponsored by special giveaways, so like pre-codes for video games, or YouTube advertisement, and have to worry about it being friendly, because I don't advertise using YouTube because I don't like how their practices are. So my channel is completely funded by My Wallet, which means anything that you give, I'm greatly appreciative for. That helps this channel continue. So I want to take a moment to thank everybody on Patreon and Subscribestar. A penny for your dimes, Comic Boom, David Oswitz, and yes, I know I butcher names up. Okay, Pop's Eyes, Rags, Warren JB, and Lichnut. I greatly appreciate your support, and if you want to be on here too as a producer and have me list your name, just give a simple donation. You could donate to my Patreon or Subscribestar for as little as $1 a month, or other ways that you can help out is just advertise the channel, tweet it out there, put it on your social media, your Facebook, share the videos, like, subscribe when you see them, and definitely leave a comment, because that's what this channel, a lot of it is about, is a nice conversation. We want to hear your thoughts as well as mine, and let's get this geek and nerd culture, and I say that in a nice way, together, and let's have some fun. So once again, thank you very, very much, and I hope you enjoy the video.